Price of freedom is death.
We're coming to get our check.
I already made a video about this. Check it out. It's going to be in the description. After you watch this video, and leave a like, after you do those things, check out the other video that I made. That's the biggest video on this channel so far, so everybody's talking about it, so check it out. Now, I've addressed the notion that black people are attacking Asians randomly, but it's come up again. So let me break it down even further, because in my first video I made, I broke down the history, because they were talking about there's a negative history between the Asian community and black people, and I just told the truth and broke history. I didn't even say everything I wanted to say in the video, because that would have been like a whole hour-long video. So I said a couple things. Now, it's come up again. They keep putting this out on the news, how black people are random, because it's not just black men, they brought up some black women too, are randomly attacking Asians. We just have this hatred for Asians all of a sudden. Now, we fought for the integration rights for them to come over here. They put their businesses in the black community, and black people shop, and black people built their economics up. They don't do that to us. You don't see Asians supporting black businesses at all. You do not see them do that at all. That's against their rules in the Asian community, to support black businesses. So you don't see them do that. But you see black people go to the nail salons, the beauty supply stores, their restaurants, all that stuff all the time. And they get money off of us, then take that back to their community. So you see them do that, but all of a sudden, it just out of the blue, this rage and hatred for Asians just popped up, and black people are attacking Asians. But let me ask you some questions, and I want you to really think about this, like really think deep about this. So they have videos. Now, all of them are caught on video, right? Or most of them are caught on video of black men who just randomly happen to be in the same area as an Asian person and a camera, coincidentally, and they push the Asian, or they hit the Asian or something like that, and they say this cartoonish, like, anti-Asian slur or whatever. It's just so ridiculous. It seemed like it's a bad amateur script that they're reading off of. Fuck you, Asian man. Oh, you get out of here, you fucking Asian. Now notice how, because the media wants it to be a hate crime. So you can't say a random attack is a hate crime unless you have evidence that they did the attack because of the person's race. So notice how in every single last one of these attacks, these anti-racist attacks, you hear the black monster, the black person who's saying it, doing it, you hear them say something about Asian. Ha! How do you like that, Asian man? Ha ha! Go back to Asia. I sure pushed you because I sure hate Asians. Like, it just seems so unrealistic. It seems kind of fake, you know? It just seems kind of fake. So you can make of that what you wish, but I'm just bringing the evidence to you. Notice too, how all of these people who've been coincidentally caught on camera, they all have the same outfit. They all pretty much look the same, got the same height, got the same age, everything. It's like they cast these people to say these ridiculous lines, and non-fatally, because there's only been, the media's been talking about Asian crimes. Oh my God, these Asian crimes are getting out of control. But there's only been one fatality, and the fatality was due to the black person who had a mental breakdown. He has a history of mental issues that the news aren't bringing up. That he has a history of mental issues, and he is known to have breakdowns. So he had a breakdown. He pushed an Asian man. He pushed a old Asian man. The Asian man wound up going to the hospital and passing away. Not condoning that. I'm not condoning any violence to any innocent people. But the Asian man had a mask on and a hat on, and he was facing the other way. So the black dude didn't know if he was Asian or not. He was just randomly like losing his mind. And he pushed somebody, and the person happened to be Asian, and now the media is saying, oh, well, that's an Asian hate crime, when he didn't do it because he was Asian. Notice in that video, the video they keep showing, he never said anything, I'm pushing you because you're Asian. He didn't say that. He just pushed him because he was going through a mental health crisis. But the media is going to spin that and make it seem like it's a anti-Asian hate crime. Now, I want you to notice all of the things that happen to black people, the media does not label that as a hate crime at all. Black people can barely get anything. Black people have literally been lynched in 2020. Black people have been, lynched like throughout history. It's not like there was a year where black people weren't lynched, but I'm talking about like noose around the neck, hanging from a tree, lynched. Black people have been lynched in 2020, and the police come up, well, it looks like he committed suicide, he beat himself up, and then he hung himself from a 50-foot tree. That looks like common suicide to me. That's what they say when it's black people. In the media, the news doesn't pick that up at all. You have George Floyd, you have Breonna Taylor, you have Trayvon Martin, you have Ahmaud Arbery, you have Tamir Rice, you have Tatiana Jefferson, you have Eric Garden, you have all these people. You have Mike Brown. All these people, the media never says that any of those people were victims of hate crime. They'll say they might throw racism. Oh, race might have had something to do with it. Allegedly, race seemingly had a possibility to have a fraction of a percentage of the reason that the person was killed. That's what the media will say when it's black people who are killed because they're black, okay? Because they're black, they're killed, and the media doesn't want to put the word hate crime in there at all. So anything that happens to black people is not a hate crime. But if you push an Asian, the Asian doesn't die. If you do anything and that person happens to be Asian, then that's a hate crime. Any bad thing that happens to an Asian, despite the fact that it doesn't happen to them because they're Asian, it's an hate. I want you to notice something else too. Notice how when people were saying Black Lives Matter and they were talking about anti-black racism, notice you had a whole bunch of conservatives or really racist people who was all like, well, don't all lives matter? Don't police lives matter? Blah, blah, blah. They're countering our protest to anti-black violence and anti-black racism. They're like, well, all lives matter. Well, black people just need to stop doing this. Black people need to stop doing this. Notice how when the hashtag stop Asian hate, there's no stop all hate. There's no stop all hate crimes. There's no counter to the stop Asian hate or nothing like that. There's nobody coming out saying, well, why don't Asians just be indoors? Why don't Asians just do that? They're not victimizing Asians at all. There's Fox News isn't doing that. Now, when a black person dies, Fox News will be all like, well, his dad did sell drugs in college, so, I mean, it was just one weed, but you know what I'm saying? I guess he deserved to be killed. That's what Fox News will do when a black person dies, but they're not doing that at all. Nobody is victimizing, nobody's pointing the finger at Asian people. Now, a white man went on an Asian killing spree like a week ago, and he shot 8 people and 8 Asian women, 6 Asian women, I'm sorry. He shot them, killed them. The media briefly touched up on that, and they diverted from, they didn't even really label that an Asian hate crime. They was all like, okay, apparently when a white person does something, he happens to go looking for Asian people to kill. He went to different massage parlors, and he looked to kill Asian women. And I guess he killed 2 other people too. He killed 6 Asian women, and the media was all like, well, I guess he had like a sex disorder or something like that. It really wasn't about race or anything like that. And now they're back on blaming black people. They're back on saying, on Twitter today, they're talking about, man, black people really gotta stop killing Asians. Black people really gotta stop attacking Asians. But they're not gonna address the fact that white people are way more likely to harm anybody due to a hate crime. White people have the highest rates of hate crimes in general, no matter what it is. But they're not going to talk on that. They're going to talk on black people. My Twitter's been blowing up because I made a comment to this one video. I guess there was a black dude, and reportedly, early reports say it was an Asian man and a black man, and they were getting into a fight in the subway. And all the witnesses say the non-black person, because now they're saying he's Hispanic, but The Asian person, we'll just say that because that's what the first report said. The Asian person called the black person the N-word. He was threatening the black person, racially harassing the black person. The black person defended himself. They got into an altercation. The black person beat him up. And now the media picked it up. They're not going to show like what happened in the beginning. Even, I don't know if there's footage or not, but they're just going to cut out the whole N-word part. They're just going to be like, well, you know, a black dude attacked this Asian person or whatnot. They immediately jump to a black man attacked this Asian person. And then other reports say he might not even be Asian. He might be Hispanic. But the media immediately picked up the, oh, well, he might be Asian. He might be Asian. So that's an Asian hate crime right there. That's an Asian hate crime. So I posted this meme, this famous meme that a lot of people love and a lot of people hate. A lot of people hate this, but black people love it. So I love my people and they love me. But anyway, I posted that meme. Oh, so many Asian people was in my DM. So many Asian people was mad about this. How could you say this? How could you say this? Blacks are attacking, and now blacks are attacking Asians. Blacks are attacking Asians. No appreciation for the fact that they're here and their livelihood it pretty much is due to our work. Pretty much everything black people have done, Asians have benefited from as far as building the country in general, and then them coming over there, helping them to come over here, and then shopping at their businesses, which they don't do. None of that is reciprocal, okay? You can't name a single thing the Asian community as a collective has done to help the black community, but you can name a whole laundry list of things that black people have done to help Asians. But they're gonna say Asians are being attacked by black people, these staged actors. Now, my thing is this. Are we even really sure that these attacks are even black people? Are we sure that they're even black people? Why don't you take a look at this? Okay, so I'm not saying that they're not black. Their race isn't black. But I'm just saying these attacks are random. Black people have always supported the Asian community. This is why they put their businesses in our community. If blacks had this hatred and vitriol to Asians, why have they kept their businesses in our community for so long? Why have they done that for so long? If blacks have hated them so badly and just randomly attacked them. Take that, you Asian. Ha ha. I hate Asians. Let me walk in front of this camera in this pink shirt and then disappear. You know, if black people were doing that for all this time, because they're saying, oh, Asians have just been now recognized for what we've been going through. Nobody's cared before. Now, notice this. When it was black people are still fighting for reparations for centuries worth of anti-black violence and slavery and everything in between. And we still have people arguing, well, let's have a discussion to see if we even want to accept reparations. You're having that discussion now, but Asians immediately get tangible benefits. Check this out.
Now, the Biden administration is allocating nearly $50 million for Asian American Pacific Islander survivors of violence and assault, and establishing a new committee dedicated to ending xenophobia against the AAPI community. The FBI will also publicly highlight reports of anti-Asian hate.
So all this Asian hate, all this Stop Asian Hate, that's ultimately, so now I'm gonna say allegedly for the, for the sake of the video, that seems like that's to get a bag. That seems like that's to get some money. That's because their businesses are failing. Black people are getting more on code as the day goes by. Black people are not supporting their businesses, which you shouldn't. If you're a black person, you should absolutely not support any Asian business from now on. Since we're the bad guys, since we're these anti-Asian hatred terrorists, whatever they want to call us in the media, let's just stay out of their business. Stay out of their business permanently, completely. Let them do them. Don't ever. I personally will never shop at an Asian business again at all. I'm not getting Chinese food, no clothes from them, no nothing. Okay, I already don't really shop at them before, but definitely not now. But since that's how they want to treat us, then let's just completely stop. So since black people are doing that, and since they have the negative stigma because of the COVID, now mind you too, the media's all like, well, they blame Asians for the COVID, so let's not call it that. Because Trump was talking about the coronavirus and everything. Nobody said nothing when it was about Ebola. Nobody said let's not blame Africans. Let's not put this stigma on black people. Nobody give a damn when it's black people, but you damn sure can't put no stigma on Asian people. You can't do that at all. So their businesses are failing, and they need a bag. And our president Joe Biden and his Asian vice president Kamala Harris, they're going to give them a bag, and they're pushing this anti-black, oh my god, we're just being targeted and marginalized, and we're just poor Asians who just be walking in the street and being randomly pushed by black people, and they just say mean things to us and then walk off and disappear and never seen again. I don't understand this. We need money, and they get money. It's all of the agenda. It's all a game. It really is. So check out the first video. Leave a comment of what you think about the anti-Asian crime wave that's been going on. And follow me on my social media, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. And thank you very much for watching.